Hey everybody, it's Robin. I just wanted to give you an update on the garden and show you. This is my bird area. I have my bird feeder, my squirrel feeder. It's supposed to be a bird feeder, but the squirrels climb up it. I tried to put swing pull lubrication on the pole to keep them off. It didn't work. So they got all the seeds from here, but I saw a cardinal today nibbling on that, so I know that this one is a bit safer from the squirrels and that the birds can get it. Oh, funny. There's a seed growing in there. I guess it got a little damp. There's a hole in the top, so maybe from the storm that we had last few weeks. So, but also I wanted to show you, this is my bird bath, and I have a drip system and sprinkler system that works together in unison. And the drip system you can hook up onto anything. You can put it anywhere. The whole system itself, the sprinkler system, is dirt cheap. To start out, it was like a pack for $30, and you got the attachment to the water hose, you got some hoses, you got some sprinklers, you got some drips, you got all these different types of sprinkler systems to put into your yard. I have a lot of sprayers, and they go about 5 feet to 10 feet out, and I put them throughout the yard, and then I have drips here and there in the garden and in my red buckets and stuff. Here's one that of my ideas that I really like is a shepherd's hook. I took and I zip tied the drip line, and it goes into my bird bath. So every time I turn my sprinklers on, I can turn the bird bath on, or put more water in the bird bath, and the birds come and see it. And then also these sprinklers here, see if I can pull it up. Well, it's kind of stuck in the mulch, but they have on-off switches too. So in the summertime, most of mine are on, but in the winter time, I don't want to water the grass quite so much, or certain areas of the yard so much, because of the use of water. It's a waste. So I have a bell pepper, or sorry, that's either a bell or a pimento, I don't remember. Strawberries that I pulled up from the strawberry bush. A huge aloe plant. Excuse me, I have allergies. The jasmine's blooming and it's killing me. These are my grapevines. And last year, of course, we didn't get any grapes last year because it was too young of a plant. This year we should be getting grapes. I see a couple little cluster looking things on there. I think they are grapes. Oh, where were they? I don't know if I can find them now, but they were up here earlier. I saw them around. So we got this great new chicken fence that goes from the house all the way to the fence to keep them in, and I think it's 7 foot high. And it's got a great door. It's so cool compared to my old lattice one that I had. So what I did was I tied from the trellis of the grapevine, I tied it to the fence, and I wrapped the vines around it so that they could trellis onto the fence. These vines can get, you know, 12 feet long or longer even, maybe. So I have to put them on something, and they were going over the trellis to my tree. And this is my Lakeview jasmine tree, and it's my pride and joy. You can't find them very many places, and it smells like orange blossoms on a full moon every month. It blooms, so I get I get a smell of orange blossoms without having an orange tree, and it's all the time. This is one of my jasmine. It's blooming, but the jasmine I've had the longest is this one here. And when you're sitting by the pool, laying out, or just in the shade and have a good book in the morning and a cup of coffee, this is a great place to be. You sneeze, sure, but who cares? It smells good and it's pretty. And there's big bumblebees. Let's see if I can get him. A big bumblebee. Where'd he go? Oh, he's by me now. Huge bumblebees in my backyard. Kids always freak out. I'm like, they're not going to hurt you. I promise. They will not hurt you. This is my Madagascar palm, and I've showed you this before. These are the tines, or the pokies on it. But if you go all the way up, winter time they lose their leaves just like the plumeria, and this year I thought for sure the winter really killed it, but it did not, and I've got a poof of leaves again. Yay! And my plumerias and plumbagos, I got plumbagos, the purple flowers are all down in here. They're just about to bloom. And then I have the plumeria sticking out in the middle, and I have a sprinkler system in there too. And then I have jasmine all around the back. There used to be a bougainvillea behind it that was my neighbor's, and she chopped the whole entire thing down, and it was like, it had to be 30 feet wide. It was huge. It was huge. But she has a huge backyard. This yard behind me is empty. In fact, last night I had raccoons come and see me, and kind of scared me because they just came right up to the back door. But we did some grilling last night, so they must have smelled all the goodness of grilling and all that stuff. So, now update on my seeds I started in December. These are some of them. I've planted some of them, but not all of them. This is what's left. I have cucumber in there, basil, and 2 types of tomatoes. And they are going to go into the garden. I pulled out 3 of the cabbage for St. Patty's Day dinner, and I'm waiting to see if they get a little bit bigger. They're very small, and they never seem to get big. The ones I did last year didn't get very big either. But that's okay. But I also have a lot of problems with white flies all of a sudden. And I know that they're attracted to carrots, and I have a lot of carrots in here. So today I'm going to go ahead and spray the garden with neem oil, and hopefully that will eradicate the white fly problem. And we've also had a problem with fleas, so I did have to spray the yard a little bit, but I tried to dilute it as much as possible so that it was still as organic as possible. But, you know, there's nothing you can really do with fleas that I know of, unless one of you want to give me an idea to get rid of them. The front of these tomatoes, there's a line right there that separate them, kind of. These are Red Dragon, and they're heirlooms, and these are Chanty. And then back in the back here I have green beans, and they're doing okay, but I think I had a massive problem with snail, and they are eating my strawberries, and they are eating my green beans and my sugar snap pea. They really like their stalks for some reason, and the roots, and of course they love the strawberries. Here I have my strawberry bucket, and here's part of one of my drip systems. This one I have goes all the way to the main hose, which stops back behind the pool pump, and this one goes to the sprinkler system within the garden, this drip, and about 10 drip down to the red buckets. And here's my strawberries. They're growing real nice. I did have snails eating on them, so I put some sprinkle of snail bait in there to try to get rid of them, and hopefully have some strawberries for smoothies come soon. This is a pitcher plant, and he needs to be repotted. He's getting too big for that little pot. But they have little pitchers that come off the ends of them, and hold water and catch bugs, and it's kind of like a what's the snapping plant that eats flies? The fly trap, Venus flytraps. So I pulled a carrot today. Let's see if I can get around here. This palm tree needs to be trimmed. It's hanging. I pulled a carrot today. That's the really big carrot. I'm not getting big carrots. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm trying to leave them in there as long as possible so that I can get as many as possible. My sugar snap peas didn't do real well this year. You can kind of see some of the vines. I am getting peas, but not a lot. I wanted enough to share with others. I mean, I planted all these buckets with peas, and none of these did very well. These did okay, but they came up late. And the one on the end that did real well, he's not doing so well anymore. So I've got jalapeno peppers in a pot, and they'll go into a pot soon. I just don't know if I want peppers back here. My husband has a pepper garden out front, so I might just let him take that one out front because it's doing so well. But we're trying to bush them off, and I noticed with pepper plants, if you pull the leaves off when they're little, they send out shoots. And we're trying to make them real bushy this year because we had spindly ones the last 2 years because we just basically let them go. We got peppers off of them, but if we make them bushier, we'll get more peppers, and we like peppers. So we've got bell peppers, pimentos, excuse me, jalapeno peppers, cherry bomb peppers or cherry ball peppers, I'm not sure. These are the tomatoes I planted from seed, and they're mortgage lifters, and there's 2 of them. They're doing good. There's one behind here, and they're doing good. They're growing strong. They've got good stalks on them. There's something biting on them, so they'll get the neem treatment too. But they're doing really good. And here's another drip. See, I have little cups. They're little cups in each bucket, so that each of them get watered. Same amount of time, same amount of water. On to my pride and joy. This is my Valentine eggplant my husband bought me. He's doing really good. I think I might get a eggplant here soon. I've got a lot of blooms on it, and it's looking real pretty. I also have these 2 tomato plants on the end are what I bought at the store, and they're heirloom. The one on the right is a Mr. Stripey. The one on the left is Celebrity. Mr. Stripey's not producing anything. He's put out a couple blooms, but not much else. Here comes the airplane. Darn it! I was doing so good, too. Stupid airplanes. So then I have tomato. Can you see him? There's one. There's a couple with blossom end rot in here, so I need to keep an eye and make sure they don't keep doing it. Here's another tomato. Another one. We had a really bad storm last week. Trees blown down, limbs everywhere, and I actually was at Daytona Beach, and there was tornado warnings, and it was kind of crazy. So, but they really liked the water. I mean, they got a lot of rain, they got a lot of water, and I did not have tomatoes when I left. So in that short amount of time, there they are. So that's my garden update, and I'm going to be pulling, I think, cabbage out and putting my seedlings, my basil, and I need some basil definitely. And these in here, before they get too root bound to it, you can even see this is what happens when you don't plant your plants soon enough, especially tomatoes. Let's see if I can get a good view. They send out more roots. That's why they say to bury tomatoes deep. So this tomato has got 6 inches of stalk on it, and then all of a sudden it's sending out roots because it was touching the dirt. So now it's re-rooted itself, kinda, and that's what they say, to bend them sideways when you plant them, or to bury them really, really deep, all the way up. I mean, you can go up to the last stalk, you know, the last leaves, cluster of leaves. Cut off all the others, bury them deep, and they'll send out more roots, so you have a stronger root system in your tomatoes. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe, and please come back and visit me soon, and hope everyone's thawing out up north, and I'll see you soon.